Well, hey guys, good morning. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you on Inspirations for Your Life. Today, it is Wednesday. It's February 25th, 2026. Great to have you here with me here this morning. If you're new here, I want to take the opportunity to definitely welcome you to the show. If you've been here many times before, definitely welcome back. And thank you so much for coming back and joining the great show. We are in our fifth year. We've been on the air 4 years. We're not complete our fifth year, but we started our fifth year basically almost 2 months and just a few more days. So if you're thirsty or hungry, feel free to go grab that and come on back to the show. Don't forget to check out believeandachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, which you can do 24 hours a day after the show is over. Without any further ado, guys, let's kick this show off. So this is Inspirations for Your Life. This is Series 5, Show 9, Episode number 5. And this whole week, we're talking about owning your path, your clarity, your courage, and your boundaries for peak living. Welcome, everyone, to Inspirations for Your Life. I am your host, ladies and gentlemen, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. And pretty soon, I will be a published author. Today, we're refocusing on resilience, recovery, and growth. How bouncing back, restoring energy, and learning from setbacks creates unstoppable momentum, clarity, and consistent progress. I think when we understand that, we understand resilience, we understand recovery, we understand growth. We know the two R's and the G's that go together. Resilience, recovery, and growth, RRG, go together, right? And this is Series 5, Show 9, Episode number 5. Resilience allows you to bounce back stronger after setbacks, turning challenges into, opportunities. Number 2, guys, recovery restores energy for consistent progress, replenishing both mind and, yes, the body. And I think that's something we all need, even though many people don't want to acknowledge that. Number 3, guys, growth happens when you learn from failures, not avoiding them. It transforms your mistakes, into lessons. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall as long as we get back up, as long as we learn from those mistakes, right? That's what's important, that we don't keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Like Einstein said, if we do the same thing over and over again, that's insanity, and none of us are insane, right? But why would we do the same thing over and over again and expect different results? But that is insanity. Number 4, guys, avoid forbidden paths that compromise mental health. Protect your focus and well-being. Sometimes people will try to steer you down a pathway, and that road or that alleyway or that line may not be in congruence with your core values. And I think that's an important thing for us to talk about, is that sometimes people will make you think that the line they want you to travel is your values, but it's not. And they use tactics like, unfortunately, manipulation and very, let's say, abrupt persuasion. Number 5, guys, resilience builds confidence under pressure, giving you this sense of a calmness and control in stressful situations. Because let's face it, guys, these things do come up. They happen daily. And I think it's important that we recognize to be aware. And I've been saying this a lot. When we're aware of things around us change. A wise person who's not with us anymore, Dr. Dwayne Dyer, amazing man, rest his soul, he said from somebody he learned from his mentor, Patanjali, who's not alive either, said that we change the way we look at things we look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And I want to tell you that this is all about awareness, okay? As I said, resilience, it builds confidence under pressure, giving you the calm control. Number 6, guys, recovery protects against burnout. Some people want to keep going and going and going, but you have to know that you need a break, allowing you to sustain effort over the long term. Even runners, when they're in a marathon, right? It's not about running 100 miles an hour or running the fastest they can consistently the whole race, because they'll burn out. They have to gradually accelerate, get a little bit ahead, fall back a little bit, and they kind of like augment that pattern. They don't walk, but they also don't run their hardest because they would collapse on the course. Number 7, guys, growth compounds when effort is deliberate and it's consistent, creating exponential improvement. But these are things that we unfortunately don't see on the surface level of our life because well, what we're doing is putting energy out there. The energy may not return full circle to us for, well, quite a while. And sometimes if we put energy out there and it doesn't go anywhere, we're like, oh, it's not working, so I'm going to stop. But then when you stop, the momentum actually ends and you don't get a chance to see the return trip of all your energy. So that's important. We need to be deliberate and consistent, creating exponential improvement, even when we do not think it is working. I've had this happen to me many times. Number 8, small daily recoveries prevent the long-term exhaustion and allow us to maintain high performance. So recovery, it could be something as simple as, you come home, you need to take a nap. It could be something as simple as, instead of you going out every weekend, maybe this Friday, you're going to stay home this week. Maybe you've had a long week, right? Listen to your body. This is really, really important. Number 9, guys. Number 9 is avoid toxic habits. And those are the ones that sap the resilience and distract you from your goals. And I think sometimes, we don't think it's a distraction. We think it's something we've got to push through. Like it's a challenge. And this isn't a challenge. This is something telling us, hey, we got to take a break. Okay. And it can distract us from our goals because we think that the break means that we're not on track. But the break actually means, yes, we need to take a break and then we need to go back. It's not us stopping our goals. It's just kind of refueling our battery, if you think of it like that. Number 10, resilience strengthens problem solving under stress, helping you make better decisions. Yeah. But again, these are not glamorous things. These don't appeal to everyone because, let's face it, they don't have that poshness that everyone's looking for. I'm here to tell you that the success actually happens under the wraps. The things that people don't see on the big Broadway signs. Success starts in that one room, whether it's an apartment, condo, or school, classroom. It starts there. And then it flourishes if you give it what it needs, which is to nurture it, give it the energy, but also not to overexert yourself. All right. Number 11, recovery helps maintain clarity during challenges, keeping your mind sharp. So recovery is a constant process that we all go through on a regular basis. And recovery doesn't mean that we're done. It doesn't mean we failed. It means we need to regroup before we can go back at it again. How many times have you been in sports? Maybe you didn't make the net, right? Maybe it was soccer. Maybe it was basketball. Maybe it was baseball. Whatever it was, you didn't make it. Or maybe it was swimming. You missed the lap. And so what do? Well, you don't give up. You regroup. This even happens with very popular athletes in the Olympics, right? They may not make the goal they wanted, but they regroup. They take a day or two off, which I've heard from a lot of athletes, whether it goes good or it goes bad, they take off a day or two and they eat the way they want, and then they go back on training again for another 363 days or something like that. Number 12, guys, growth flourishes when learning from experience. So making each setback a stepping stone is not just, I'm going to say, the plan, but it should be your whole framework. Everything should be based on this. And I said before that those who have failed to plan have planned to fail. Let me say that again. Those who have failed to plan have planned to fail. Those who have failed to plan to fail. I don't think you want to fail. So by you not planning, you're saying, okay, universe, just give me whatever you got. I don't care. Number 13, avoid forbidden shortcuts that give temporary gains but harm long-term development. You might see a shortcut that is going to get you to the top, but be careful. That shortcut may disappoint you, it may disillusion you, and it may not even give you what you're truly looking for. It may just be, let's say, an exaggeration. It might be a delusion that you have. Number 14, resilience transforms obstacles into opportunities, turning setbacks into wins. A lot of people don't think we can turn setbacks into wins, but I'm here to tell you we can turn them into wins every single day of our lives. Setbacks happen for a couple of reasons. One, we need a break, right? We're on the wrong path. Or three, we're on the right path, but we might just need a little bit of correction because we're maybe doing one or two things wrong. And by observing, here's my word again this week, I'm saying this a lot, observing and our awareness. A lot of you are becoming aware right now of my voice, of the tonality of my voice. You're becoming aware of the surroundings. Maybe that's a subtle hum of a refrigerator. Maybe that's a light murmur of a fan. Maybe you have a clock ticking. I don't anymore. I took care of that a few weeks ago. The clock would go tick, tick. It was so quiet. I was hearing the clock tick. So then I put a quartz clock in, and now the clock in the kitchen does not tick anymore. Had lots of other clocks, but the clock above the sink was there for years. And it's like, I never realized it was so quiet, that ticking. And so we tick in our lives. Every tick, every heartbeat, every awareness. And I'll tell you guys a little quick story. So I was coming back, as you know, from the airport yesterday. And because of all the dilemmas with Newark, it was like several hours to get back home. It was just a complete disaster. When I got out of the airport, AirTram was not working. So that was a whole mess. And, just stopping to become aware of different things. And although that's not always easy to do when there's a million people around you, and I say a million, but I'm being facetious. Awareness is our choice to associate with the environment that we are in. What else can you become aware of? Maybe there's a plane outside or a helicopter. Maybe you can become aware right now of your hands, if they're touching the steering wheel or if they're sitting on the desk or in a chair or on your bed. Maybe there's an awareness right now of how your mouth feels, or an awareness of maybe the texture and the cloth or garment against your feet, if you're wearing socks or not. Maybe you're feeling the air. Maybe you're even getting an awareness of certain light in your eyes. So everything is an awareness, guys. Awareness is change who we are. But the problem with awareness is we miss things. We don't always get the full picture when we look at it. You've probably known this, right? If you look at a puzzle, do you solve it right away? Probably not. But each time you look at it, you become more aware of where the corner pieces go, where the end pieces go, right? What connects, what colors, what has more of a picture on it that could connect to something. Maybe you're just aware right now of just being on the road. Maybe you're aware of being in your chair, being home, or like I said, lying down. Or maybe being aware if you're outside, or maybe you're at the gym listening to this or watching this. Maybe you're aware right now of the weather. You might be aware of how the ground feels against your feet if you're walking. Awareness is something I never paid attention to until several years ago. I knew things were there, but did I know what an awareness was? Not really. Awareness means you're fully present in that moment. All right. Number 15, Recovery replenishes focus and energy reserves, keeping you prepared for the action that you can take. Number 16, growth requires discomfort, and deliberate effort pushes through the limits to expand capacity. Expand the capacity. That's an interesting thought. Interesting thought. Growth requires discomfort, and deliberate effort pushes through the limits to expand capacity. Deliberate effort. I didn't say a potential effort. I didn't say an accidental. I said a deliberate effort. Number 17, guys. Avoid negative influences that drain motivation and derail your progress. Because, guys, they're going to show up in the world. I'm going to let you know right straight. They're going to show up. And I think I told you about one last week. We had a troll on one of the Facebook boards. My post was getting like thousands and thousands of views. And his first comment when I posted was, oh, another spam post. And it's not a spam post. It was an engaging post on technology. So I responded back politely. Actually, I sent him a DM. I said, hey, appreciate your comment. I said, I'm sure you're pretty smart. You should post something too. He came back and said, I did. It didn't go anywhere. I left it alone. He then said, don't message me anymore. So some people just want to cause drama. Why? They're narcissists to themselves and to other people. The drama kings or ladies, drama queens. And they live to create drama. They live to create havoc in their lives and yours. If things are not going well, they want to do whatever they can to make sure they don't go well. A narcissist. I mean, why would you not want something to go well? That blows my mind. Number 18, guys. Resilience maintains performance in chaotic times, letting you thrive under pressure. So yesterday I was at the airport. My persistence, my calmness, even though I was getting a little frustrated with all the different conditions, I stayed calm. Even though I got home later, I stayed calm. And it was just something I learned that, even though there were challenges that day, I learned better ways to do things. So that when there weren't challenges, I probably could do it quicker. But a lot of people would just give up when they get the first challenge. What's your first challenge in the morning? Is it getting out of bed? Is it trying to get in the shower? Is it having your breakfast? Is it getting dressed? Is it committing to something for the day? I don't know. What is it for you? Think about that. Number 19, guys, recovery creates space for thoughtful decision-making, avoiding impulsive errors. So recovery is, another way of saying that is us taking a break, taking 5. That's why I like to not study continuously, but to take breaks. I think our world, from whether we're talking about our parents or other people in the world, they think we have to just keep push. But the real truth, guys, is not to push harder. It's to push smarter. So that means knowing how to push, what to push, when to push. The how is more important than the force. The how and also the consistency is key to keeping you on track. Number 20, guys. Growth accelerates when setbacks are analyzed wisely, turning challenges into lessons. So yesterday I had some challenges. I analyzed them. They still went wrong. I analyzed them again. They went wrong. I analyzed them again. I kept getting wrong information from people. And so I realized, okay, I'm getting wrong information. I just need to correct it. And hopefully the next time I will have the correct information. I was amazed at how many people just did not know simple answers to things that actually work at a train station or an airport. Also, I noticed the amount of people that push. I was getting on the bus because the air tram was down due to the snow or what have you, and the people were so rude. They were just pushing past you. One guy even had a backpack on. And does he not know that if he is so much in, let's say, proportion, that by putting a backpack on, it's going to take up another size or two of a person? Like, are they that stupid? Or are they that disrespectful? I think it's the latter. Most people know if you throw a backpack on you, it's going to add volume to you, right? It's going to make you wider. People are all about selfishness. The person left, and I said, I guess you didn't learn manners when you were growing up. Didn't even look at me. I guess the word excuse me was never something part of the vocabulary that you learned. People are often selfish, even when there's a disaster. They become selfish, but I think in a disaster, we need to be supportive of one another. Okay. So we can analyze the challenge wisely, not get frustrated, and learn from the lesson. So next time, whether there's a challenge or not, we can do what we need to do more efficiently. Now, I'll tell you something. Having that challenge yesterday, learning what I did, I would have never learned that if the situation wasn't a challenge. I might have gotten some of it, but I really learned it because I had to put a lot more brain power in. Number 21, guys. Avoid forbidden behaviors that undermine consistency and your integrity. I know that you're going to want to do something, and you might say, gee, John, it's going to undermine integrity, but I just don't care. That's a moral issue. You know, I can't tell you to be moral. That's totally up to you. But if you're undermining something and it's going to cause you to keep starting back at zero, let me give you an example. So let's say, you are running a race, okay? And as you're running a race, you notice that, and let's say a sailboat race. I like sailboat races. And let's say you hit the buoy. Now, undermine your integrity would mean I didn't hit the buoy. I'm just going to go right past. I'm already in the lead. Somebody says to you, hey, Joe, you hit the buoy. No, I didn't. And there's an argue back and forth. Now another boat comes in and says, hey, Joe, you hit the buoy. No, Mike. No, Bob. No, you hit the buoy. A third boat comes and says, no, you hit the buoy. Look, we're all protesting. Now you got 3 against 1. All right, I'll reroute the buoy. It's something how that social pressure and that proof takes people to have to get the urgency to become accountable. That blows my mind. That people don't want to be full of integrity on their own. Number 22. Resilience strengthens emotional endurance, helping you stay steady through the highs and lows of life. And there will be highs and there will be lows. I'm going to relate this to something that I do a lot, technology, right? So computers have highs and lows. A high is not good. A low not good. So in our life, we have these to balance us. If you're always high and you need a little bit of a break, you might say, John, I always want it to be high. Sometimes you need a little bit of low time just to relax. Low doesn't mean bad. Low just kind of means that you are chilling. Right? That's important. Recovery sustains long-term momentum, ensuring effort compounds over time. Number 23. The key, guys, is compound. If you open a CD today, do you take the money out in a week or two? No, you let it in there, stay in there for a while. Number 24. Growth builds the character and the confidence through repeated intentional practice. And this is the stuff that gets built when no one's watching. For when no one's watching, that becomes part of who you are. And then you, that when other people are around, without you even noticing. Number 25, guys. Avoid shortcuts that compromise learning and skill development. Integrity matters, guys. You get the point? Integrity matters. If I hit the buoy, I'm going to reroute the buoy, whether you see it or not. I know my conscience says, John, you can't win the race because you hit the buoy. That wouldn't be a fair race that I won. So I would always want to do it fairly. Number 26. Resilience allows you, it gives you the opportunity to face challenges calmly. Keep fear and doubt in check. I think that's a hard thing to realize, is that resilience can slowly help you get the peace of mind and the calmness. Number 27. Recovery restores the alignment with the goals and the aspirations, helping you stay on track amidst all these distractions, amidst all these bits of confusion. And I think the one benefit of the confusion and the frustrations and the challenges is that they do help us learn. They help us not make that mistake again. I know a couple mistakes that I made that I won't make because of being so in the thick of it. And each mistake costed me more time. Now, the mistakes weren't my fault, but nevertheless, I made them even though people gave wrong information. When I asked somebody, hey, I told you I was going this place. Oh, I thought you said this. Sounds like that. I'm like, there's no way this sounds like that. Well, at a distance, it sounds like that. That's somebody not being accountable. That's someone not listening actively. That's somebody too quick, double checking. What I would have done if I couldn't hear you, I would have said, hey, wait a minute, I can't hear you. What was that you're asking me? I would have literally made the action to say, hey, look, I can't hear you. Or, look, hang on. What did you say? That's what you do. Too many people are lazy. Number 28, guys. Growth thrives on disciplined repetition, forming the habits that generate lasting results. Number 29, avoid forbidden distractions that stall the progress. Protect your focus and your energy. Resilience, recovery, and growth together, guys. It's a very unstoppable recipe to create momentum for life, peace, balance in your personal and business life. Hey, guys, catch me and learn more about me by checking out right now, believemeachieve.com for more of my short form and long form content to strengthen clarity, confidence, resilience, and intentional living 24 hours a day. And you can watch replays as well. Thanks so much for being a part of Inspirations for Your Life. We'll see you real soon, everyone. Be well.